I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they'll not be judged by their skin, but by who they are, their character. Martin Luther King wrote this in his speech. The speech was called "I Have a Dream." Martin Luther King Jr. was well known. He was extraordinary in life. He will be remembered, and many of his accomplishments, especially today, is a really big day. Martin Luther King Jr. was born January 15th, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. He was given the name Michael Luther King, but later down the road, he changed his name to Martin Luther King Jr. He was the second child to Martin Luther King Sr., and his mother was Alberta King. He married Coretta Scott on June 18th, 1953. Then he had 4 children. Martin Luther King his education, he started his education at age 5, but when the school found out that he was not yet 6, they ended up dismissing him from school until the following year. His scores were so high on the college entrance and his examinations in the junior year of high school that they advanced him to college without a formal graduation of high school. He skipped both 9th and 12th grade. So he was only 15 years old when he entered Morehouse College. He graduated with a BA degree in psychology. Martin Luther King Jr. was, I believe the age of 19, he was awarded with many honorary degrees from various colleges and universities in the United States and several foreign countries. Dr. King was driving force for the civil rights movement. He was arrested about 30 times for the participation in the civil rights activities. Also, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a speech at the March of Washington in 1963, along with his acceptance speech of the Nobel Peace Prize and his final sermon in Memphis. Dr. Martin Luther King won the Nobel Prize in 1964 at the age of 35. He was the youngest man, second American, and third black man to be awarded to the Nobel Peace Prize. Dr. King on April 4th, 1968, while standing outside of his motel balcony in Memphis, Tennessee. Martin Luther King Jr. is a man that forever will be remembered. That all he did in this country. He was really smart. He had determination and his integrity. Martin Luther King Jr. is a man that when there was a problem, he wanted to solve it. Martin Luther King, he had numerous accomplishments, have changed our society for the better. He will always be remembered for one of the greatest leaders of all times. He is an inspiration to many and a hero to all for the believing world of peace and love. Martin Luther King Jr. also stood up for the leadership of not being afraid of anything, to stand up for the people, the group, to stand up for the right of the people, and lastly, to fight for nonviolence of your people. He showed leadership by demonstrations of nonviolence acts of the organizations, of all speeches he gave, all the letters he wrote. Through this, it shows that he is a man of intelligence, and we should be all grateful for him, because now we don't have any of that where whites and blacks need to be separated. Thank you.